And we're back, baby.
Are we?
I mean, maybe this is going to look good, or maybe this is going to look like we're shifting gears a little bit. You know what I mean?
Stop. What a great cold open.
Cue the theme music.
Cue the theme song. Let's all see if you can remember it. Never knew it, do me.
Is that how we're doing it? We're just gonna
That's
sing
our theme
ourselves?
Remark.
song?
I don't remember it.
Let's just do this. Let's just do this. We don't want to waste too much time.
No.
Let's okay. It ends right. It goes with Kevin and Kristin, and it goes, and then it goes, bam, and then it's me, and then here we go.
It's been a long, exhausting day. Your troubles just won't go away. One thing that gets you through these is watching cheesy holiday movies. You think that you're above them, but you know that you love them. So get ready to listen. Now here comes Kevin and Kristin. Oh yeah.
Hey, oh my gosh, we're back, and no one thought we would be, including Mike and Kevin. But when Kristin says, "Hey gang, let's gather," we do for some Remark, and that's me. I'm one of your hosts, Chris.
I am reluctantly one of your hosts, Kevin.
And I am another host and normal stage manager, but we're doing this low tech this week for this review. Mike G.
Hey, well, listen, the reason we're gathered here this evening is because it was a Tyler Hynes film, and I can't have us not do, like, Tyler is literally obviously my favorite, but also the dude that got the other dudes to want to come on our show. So I feel like we owe it to the T-Rod, Tyler. No one's ever called him that.
Yeah.
To always review his movies.
We've missed like 2 or 3 of them. So
We have not.
Yeah, we didn't do the painting one or photography, the photography one.
Yes, we did.
We did? Was
Yeah. Was I? Did I just do
we
that?
did. I never watched it.
Did I do that in my bath when I was?
I dare you to find where we did that. We did do that.
a picture of her?
Yeah.
I loved it, by the way.
You
We're getting
watched
into it.
We never reviewed. Yeah, can we talk about that instead?
Do you know
Let's
I think the first time you roped me into watching a movie was Tyler Hynes' fall one. It was like they were starting to branch out. Yeah. And this was a fall festival one. So I do remember that one.
Yeah. So anyway, I've got my Tyler gear on, which technically is Romance University. Kevin has his cute denim on, very cute. And Mike has his I have to work in an office look and not on cars.
Well, let me complete. I'll do the whole thing with the jacket.
Oh my God, he looks like Tyler Hynes.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Mike, you got a stain with a little grease.
Oh, let me just. I don't have anything on.
Yeah, take
I'm
your
not
shirt
gonna
off and
lie.
throw it at a person in the office. HR won't have a problem with that.
I was not mad if someone threw a shirt at me like that wasn't Tyler Hynes. I'd be very mad. But if Tyler Hynes threw his shirt off his back at me, it's like a Beatles reunion.
And if we've learned anything, we know that rayon absorbs grease so much it does not leak through to cotton. So it's fine. The shirt underneath.
He lightly leaned up against it. That's the least of our problems here, guys. Come.
It is. And listen, I love scouring the internet for these sort of what the Hallmarkians think of these films. And there were complaints, and then there were people complaining about the complaints. So honestly, I don't know how to.
It's what we do as a society now.
It is. It is. So here's the thing. I will say, I went into this movie thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be bingo bango, really great, because I love him and I love her because I'm an Earper and she's wonderful in Winona Earp.
Oh, that's such a show.
I have mixed reviews on this film. Kevin.
I don't have mixed reviews.
I can do what? Should I take the lighter side?
Yeah,
I can start with the lighter side. And then maybe it's because I'm like 40 movies less deep into the Hallmark land. I thought it was fine. I thought that both the lead actors were okay in what they were participating in. But it's just the same old thing. Like I'm always like, why don't they take it to like another fun level? Because there was another cool element in this, right? It was the TV show, the like reality TV show, and like I think if they embraced that and like had them doing like confessionals and the competitions made a little more sense, weren't as basic. The guy who was the host, that felt like a real like TV host. And so I just think that if they went into that a little bit more and actually dive deep into like the car show thing, it would have been more fun. It would have been more fun, but they had to fall into the similar, they fell into all the similar tropes that we always do. So, I didn't hate. I was never like, God, this is. I was just sort of like, oh, the same old thing, just with slapped a car on it instead.
Right. I felt like let's use this skeleton, but throw a whole bunch of car terms.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say that I am getting so, and this has nothing to do with either of their performances, but can we make the guy insecure about something for once? Like, I just,
they took away a lot of the power
she was doing, and she was good. She just like, why do we have to write her? I feel like folks that write women. Wait, Kevin, let the woman talk.
Yeah, but I'm going to edit this, so I'll cut you out. This is just going to be me and Mike talking the whole time.
Oh, geez. I don't want to be on this anymore.
I was going to say before a male interrupted me that usually when folks write women, they're like, oh, well, we can't write them too confident because that comes off bitchy.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you're putting that upon us because she knew what she was doing. Kevin, please, you may speak now.
Thank you. Well, you talk about mansplaining. Tyler mansplained throughout the whole movie. The whole movie was him, but then he would do these like, and I'm not putting it on him. It was the character of Luke, obviously. He would do these like little things that felt gaslighty as hell, where he would be like, no, but you're so good. But it was like, you just mansplained this whole goddamn thing. And it was frustrating as hell.
Yeah.
I'm at a point now where I want Hallmark to have a quality control office that takes the script and rips the first 7 pages out and throws them out and goes, cool, let's go. Because that's what it was for the first 7 minutes. It was like, we talk about plot soup. It was just gloop. It was like all this crap. And it was like, her mom is dead, so she has anxiety. It's like, she can just have anxiety. You can have both your parents alive and she can have anxiety, and that would have been totally fine. And I would have rather that than she's like, I'm afraid to talk in front of people. So she goes on this trivia part of the game show, answers the first 20 questions fine, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I forgot a camera's in front of me.
That's where I just felt like, wait, what are they trying to do with her? Because they were trying to be like, fantastic, she's a female identifying mechanic, and these little girls are becoming inspired by her.
Totally
great. Let's stay on that road and not go back to the Hallmark way of making her insecure and that she needs Tyler to be secure. And it's like, no, she doesn't.
It would have been great. The more you talk about it, because I did feel this way as well. It was like, oh, they're already undermining their whole thing, which is female mechanic, right? And let's support female mechanic by making her so insecure the entire movie. Yeah. And Tyler being like, what? Like, it's fine. And those other two like bro-y dudes like that were like the competitors, who were fun. They were trying to have fun, but
goddamn Kevin.
Kevin and Lancer, what was his name? I don't know.
Lake
or
something. Charlie.
Yeah. What was that? What the heck was I going to say about that though? In terms of them split. Oh yeah. Like make her the confident one and make Tyler like the insecure, like, oh man, like my father, I don't know. And like, I don't like my spot in this company and like stuff like, like let him and let her teach him a lesson about like being, I don't know. And like, she still would have been the conventional sort of like twisty thing where they get upset with each other. And that would have been annoying, but at least like, give her the stronger character the whole time.
I also feel like he didn't need to be a part of the competition to still be in the movie.
Oh no, my God. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like it could have been just her and those other two dudes and
Yeah.
him just doing exactly what he did, which was useless on the sidelines. And again, this is Luke, the character, not
Right.
Tyler
Not
Hynes.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Because Tyler is so darn charming that even some of the things he was saying, even though Kevin's right, were quite gaslit, you're like, that's nice. Because it's coming from Tyler Hynes.
It was another similar movie to relationship wise where everything was fine the entire time. And so it frustrated me to watch it because I was like, you clearly both love each other still. There's no one else on the table. You're back together. So why are we even like dancing around the fact that you're both into each other? I get it. There's like that sort of awkward, like, oh, like, does he still or does she still? But then they were like very quickly within our first, what do we call it again? What do we call the first blurb or the first chunk?
God.
Chunks. That's right.
Chunks. Chunks.
Within the first chunk, everything was resolved already, and it was one of those like, oh god, what are we going to watch for 45 minutes? But
like, and it's so funny because there's like something that I'm just going to keep talking positively about Tyler Hynes and not Luke. So there's these moments in these movies where in this one, and for some reason I feel like Tyler Hynes gets these moments all the time where his line is literally just the person's name. Yeah. And it has to convey this like, what are you doing here? I didn't know you'd be here. And there's like all this context underneath it, but really that moment is not needed. Like, cause he like came down from the stairs and he was like, Jess? But like he delivers it so good, but it's like the cheesiest moment in movies. It's like, why would he stop on the top of the stairs, just come down and be like, oh, you're in this too? Not have that Jess pan up too.
He had a lot of good look over the shoulders. They both did, actually. They both had a lot of like, oh, you.
Anytime they like walked away from each other, I was like,
when she said like, oh, what are you doing in this part of town? I'm like, you're clearly in a very small town. I don't know.
No, it's Detroit. It's a big town.
I don't know. they were in a
specific part of Detroit I've never seen before.
Oh my goodness. I will say I did have a count going because we're keeping this short.
Yeah.
I had a count going. Usually Tyler says, yes, ma'am, a lot. One time.
Oh.
One time.
A mere one.
And those are, I know just from like, listening to his other interviews and stuff, like he adds that in, so we just added the one. I will say, oh my god, well, we're not in H3O yet.
Not yet.
Okay,
but
we can get there. Should we give our final? I have a favorite line and a favorite scene.
Let's hear it.
Favorite scene: football throwing. Every movie, when people play football fake, I just can't. It reminds me of The Room, which is the worst bad movie of all time. Yeah. Oh, hi, Mom. Anytime like, yo, let's shoot the football and they're just like shoveling it to each other.
From 2 feet away.
Yeah. I just can't. I'm like, just don't play football. Like, and right outside of the window that she was doing yoga. Oh yeah. That was my favorite scene. And my favorite line at the end. Oh my god! And I'm gonna misquote it because it was on my phone, and then I had to resort to using my phone. It was cars don't feel like I like cars better because cars don't feel. But then Dad says, no, but cars also can't love. And I was like, what?
Ever heard of Herbie the Love Bug? It's literally his name.
I know.
Ever heard of Christine? She'll murder you.
I don't think she loves. That's the opposite of love.
That's a great. I would say my favorite scene had to be when they were having the conversation in the car, but neither of them were in the car. They were just looking down in the car. I was thinking to myself as someone that has gotten to humble brag, be on PBS. When you film those sort of things, I was like, are their backs okay? Because like I was just thinking about how many times they had to do that scene.
Oh yeah.
Like, because it had to be his over the shoulder to get her thing. And then I was like, oh my God, I would not want to bend over that long scene. I would say my favorite line was what I was talking about before, which was when he was just at the top of the stairs and Tyler Hynes put all of his acting ability into just saying, Jess? Yeah, really good stuff.
My favorite scene and line were at the same time. It was when Tyler Hynes was acting with a fella who looked like he was maybe 5 years older than him and said, "Dad," and I was like, "I'm sorry, did you say that?" And I rewound it and put the subtitles on because I was like, I'm hearing this wrong. And then the rest of the movie, I scoured Twitter to find out who he was and eventually found his name is Andrew Jackson, not to be confused with the president. And he is, in fact, 60, which is 23 years older than Tyler Hynes and presumably Luke. So
we can't fault him for aging very well.
Yeah, he looks good, man. I will give
there
him
were some
real good.
There were some general age things going on, like the friend who I thought was her mom to start, but then we realized was her friend, which is fine.
Wait, why did we realize it wasn't her mom, Mike?
Mom alert! Mom alert! Oh,
sorry. Go on.
And grandfather.
Because
and then her daughter again, like whatever. It's also fine. Like her daughter, the photographer. But it was just it was a little like it felt like they just pulled some extras from the other film movie they were filming to play the role.
Which is like, wait, I was available. I could have been that lady.
True that. Oh, you would have crushed it as the friend. Oh,
the friend? Oh my God, I would have been fantabulous.
Oh wait, should we insert that clip of who does Kristin play?
No, because I'm not doing that much editing. That's not happening. Sorry.
Damn it.
All right, fine. Should we jump to
that we can do.
My favorite portion?
Oh yeah. Let me
which is Thank you so much for joining us. This is a pointless H3O because we all will give 10s. It's in our contracts that we only give Tyler Hynes characters 10s. But what I will say is that we typically love to objectify the male lead in these films. And that is Tyler Hynes this time. Kevin. Yes. I'm interested in your take on this. Our H3O is 1 out of 10 HYNIEs. So
yeah,
what are you giving the character of Luke and his gaslighting?
Well, again, we always talk about this and we say, remember, we're rating the character, not the person. And then we always talk about the person.
That's
like,
correct.
If you watched any episode of this, that's what we do. But if we are strictly going on the character, I didn't hate the character. I certainly didn't love him. He might be the least, even in Never Been Christ, that character I didn't mind. I don't know why I found it charming that he would lie about the dumbest little things. This character, I'd probably give him, you're going to hate me, but the character, I'd probably give a 6.
Ooh.
But I just don't understand. You're looking at him as well, right?
Yeah. I'm going to give the real score. I'm going to give the right score here.
Yeah, please,
don't worry. And then you can bring it home. Okay, so I agree that I did not hate the character. We all three of us agree that some of the writing of the characters' interactions was not great. But I will say that this character of Luke, and I'm taking Tyler out of this, even though I bet Tyler had a part of this. This character of Luke showed up sexy and good looking in every goddamn scene.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't make any sense. The first outfit we get to see is motorcycle suit with a bandana face piece.
He just robbed the bank. He had literally just robbed the bank.
And Kristin, I mean, I'm gonna let Kristin fawn in a bit, but oh boy, did he look good. Then he gets the stain. We talked about the stain on the shirt that goes down to the t-shirt. Yeah. Again, we got a crisp white button down, then a crisp white tee under a suit. And then for the rest of the movie, he's in his coveralls, which are always very sexy. And then at one point, he's like, when he's pensively looking at the fire, he's in this like sick bomber jacket. You know that Luke, every time he stepped out, was like, I want to look good, and he accomplished it. So, Kristin, we're going to throw a picture up for everybody here. There were 3 different outfits, so I'm going 3 times 10. I'm giving them a 30. 30 on. And yeah.
Yes. Okay. Listen,
Sorry.
I don't. In the first 5 minutes of this film, I got 2 fitted white crisp shirts. And I feel like I'm going to look directly at the camera for this. I feel like someone is listening to me, and whoever that is, thank you.
Yeah. Throw out the first 7 pages. Listen to both of us.
But it's also like so much of this was clearly that jacket is Tyler's because he has worn that in public. Because I think Harley Davidson has given him a lot of swag to sort of wear. And anyway, oh my gosh, I don't know if I listened to anything that this character said when he was wearing those clothes.
There you have it. That's why you liked him.
That's why I liked him. What I did like is that he always did feel bad about whatever, you know, but the thing I didn't like is maybe that's where they have the men not have confidence, is that they can never tell the woman that they're falling for what's actually happening in the plot. Maybe that's their non-confidence. Anyway, I digress. We had coveralls that fit that man like normally coveralls, if you looked at the other two dudes, they hide every ounce of what shape is under them, right?
Yeah.
His were fitted and
You think they were sewn onto him?
I think someone was like, let's just drape this fabric and see where it lays on this beautiful person.
Yep.
He was just standing there. Yeah, he was standing there in the nude, but with his chains. With his chains
and his
built
chains.
it.
And toothpick. He also had his toothpick going.
I'm telling you, at this point, Tyler is basically like, hey, y'all, I'm just going to roll up in me and you build around me. And they're like, okay.
And they're like, Tyler, we've been shooting for 2 weeks. Did you not?
We've been shooting you. That wasn't even part of the movie. He just saved that guy on the side of the road on that bike.
Yeah, that was shot on a cell phone.
I give him a 10 million.
Yeah, that's correct. All right. Hey, good seeing everybody.
This was wild.
Listen, here, this is the one thing we've seen good Hallmark movies outside of the holidays. That said, this thing needed a Christmas tree. It desperately needed Balsam Hill's bump to make it a more tolerable flick. And it definitely felt like that piece was greatly missing. The other thing I felt was when we watched Round and Round, which I believe was all 3 of our favorite movie during the holidays, that movie felt like Hallmark didn't have to grab hold of every single aspect, and they let them run crazy. And that's why Vic Michaelis, I think is their name, was so quirky and so fun. And there were moments that Katherine Burrell was doing the same, like she was quirky, but then it felt like they were reining it in, like, no, that's not what we're doing in this movie. And I felt like
it's like, no, let her, because she's a goofball. Like, I really like her a lot. And listen, I'm looking at you people out there in the world who I saw negative comments that her body shape and her taller than Tyler was a problem. You're the problem.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
And the first 7 pages is a problem. But other than that, get off Twitter, by the way.
Get off Twitter.
Yeah.
Keith Costumes. Yeah. Talk to all the costume people and make sure that they know that when people are in work outfits working on cars, that we shouldn't put them in brand new ones. Please put them in old ones so they look like I get why maybe the show ones were new, but when she was just like, I was like, come on.
I love when she had that one line where she's like, oh, I have all this grease on my face. And the shot they kept showing, it was on one side, but they were
and not.
I was like, what is? And there was like that reverse shot. And I was like,
yeah.
Okay. But she did wear awesome red Chucks, if you saw that.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, she did. She's awesome. I really like her. And they're coming out with a Winona Earp movie. So I hope she's in that too.
Ooh. I could see her having a legacy in Hallmark. You know what I mean? I could see her as a lead often.
Yeah. Yeah, she's directed a few. So yeah.
Yep. No, nice.
Do
I like her a lot. So we love Tyler. We love her. We just want a better script.
Have more fun. Have more fun.
7 pages.
If it's gonna be a car reality show, make it a car reality show. Have fun with it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I wanted the cars to talk.
I
You want to
know.
talk, you can email us your thoughts at remarktheshow@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Remark the Show. Kristin Finger, what you got going on in this world?
Absolutely nothing, Kevin. Thank you so much for asking. I'm still in my recovery from my double mastectomy.
Recover. Take your time.
But I just want to look at this reach. Come on. I couldn't do that even a week ago. But no, so coming up though, I'll be in Philadelphia's FanExpo. Mike will be there. That's coming up. That's not till May though. Mike, will you be there still?
I'm not going to be there because I'm opening a theater in New York called The Rat. You can follow us at The Rat NYC or ratnyc.com. And because it's Star Wars weekend and we do a Star Wars show, we're opening that weekend. So I will not be.
That's okay. I'll talk to other people.
Yeah. You can text me and I'll text you back.
Okay. Kevin, what do you got going on? Anything?
What do I have going on? What'd you say?
What do you have going on?
Oh, I thought you then threw an insult at me. What do I have going on? I am around for side jobs. Hit me up. No, I'm about to do a run of role play for April and May. I look forward to seeing Mike's Theater open and get out there and see some shoes.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing anything Chris does because I'm a fan.
Me?
Yeah.
Roll that credit.
Oh.
Hey!
It's been a long, exhausting day. Your troubles just won't go away. One thing that gets you through these is watching cheesy holiday movies. You think that you're above them, but you know that you love them. So get ready to listen. Now here comes Kevin and Kristin. Oh yeah.
This is probably how short they all should be, right?
Was
this even short? I think we still went long.
I know.
Oh, also, I'm looking
Stop.
forward to this.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, I know. Thursday.
Thursday.
Are you still recording? Hit stop recording.
Nope.
But keep all this in. Oh, we're still in. Okay.